Oh my gosh, you guys, I've never had to sneeze at the beginning of a live. I was like, can I hold it? Can I hold it? No, I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry. It says I'm live, but I'm pretty sure I was live for the first start of that sneeze. I felt it like I pressed go live and there was no canceling the like go live. Like it was like starting in 3, 2, 1, and my sneeze is like, oh yeah, sneeze in 3, 2, 1, sneeze. Okay, so that's a first. So welcome. I'm Sarah Cook. I am here with Zyia Active. I'm a Zyia executive, been with Zyia for 3 years now, and here to talk with you more about why Zyia. If you are watching live, write live. If you're watching on the replay, write replay, and then also write who invited you into this group. You may have been in this group watching for a little while. This may be your first time in this group, whether you're a new rep and it's your first time, or whether you are a rep that's been around for a while. I am sorry I am late. Facebook has done an update since the last time I was live, and it kept asking me to put in like a streaming software code, and I couldn't figure it out. Seriously, I'm like not tech savvy at all, and turned out I was just like on the wrong, like I just had to change it to my webcam and not streaming software. Who knew? So sorry for the delay, and also I had to set my kids up on the TV. So let's just talk about what this group is really quickly. Seriously, my goal tonight is to keep this talk to about 15 minutes tonight. Normally this takes me 30 minutes, so that's a stretch for me. But I really want to respect your time, but also I am packing. I'll be honest with you. I think that I should be able to cover all this stuff in 15 minutes. I just like to talk. And so I'm going to try and not talk your ear up and give you the important things. So if you have questions, hi Ashley, thanks for watching. If you have questions, make sure you write them in the comments so that way I don't like miss anything that you have for questions. But otherwise, I am packing for Cancun, Mexico, and doing all the things. Like literally just got home from Target with my kiddos because we had to buy them kid luggage, and I like checked in 3 different stores. Apparently they like not very many places sell kid luggage, but Target did, and so we got some Minecraft and Fortnite luggage to take with us to Cancun, Mexico. Pray for me. I'm taking my 8-year-old and my 6-year-old, so we'll have a great time. So Zyia Active, we are, just a little background of the company. If you were invited here, you probably know what Zyia is, but we were formed in February of 2017 here in the US, and that's where we started. And then we went international to Canada in 2019. And so if you're from Canada and you're in this group, write that in the comments. Love to know if we have any Canadians here today. And we are actually have recently announced that we are going to Australia, and legit, like, I just got off a call, not just, but 2 days ago or so, with Zach Bradley, who's the president of our company, and he said any day now we will be in Australia, and I'll talk more in depth about what that means for you as a potential new representative with this company, what that means for me as a current rep, kind of what it means for the company. So we are only 4 years old so that means we're only 4 years old in the US, and we are in Canada only 2 years. So we are a baby company when it comes to activewear. I should say direct sales companies, and activewear. We're a baby company. Quality comparable to Lululemon. You probably know that if you have some Zyia, but the price tag is a fraction of the cost. And so when you sign up for Zyia as a starter kit, you probably have a lot of questions about, like, well, what do I get when I sign up for Zyia? What, as far as like the clothes in my starter kit, the discount, is there any fees or like minimums that you have to maintain? So I'm gonna talk about all of that, but as fast as I can to try to get it in 15 minutes. So this group is going to have a lot of this content in it. If you want to know, like, how did Aaron Bradley think of Zyia Active? It was on a moonlit hike, and it was a beautiful story, and I have a post posted for that. If you are like curious about what are those minimums that Sarah talked about in her live video, now I can't remember that, what's in the current starter kit, I have posts in the group, so you can just scroll through this group and you can see a lot of the facts. I'm going to talk more about like why Zyia, why not, why now. That's what I'm here to talk about with you. So it's an exciting time. So let's talk about why would you want to join with the current starter kit. Like what do you get with that? So you get 5 amazing staple pieces. You get an all-star. Okay, shoot, I didn't look at the recent starter kit. I'm going to quickly look it up on my phone, but I'm going to talk about if I'm hoping I have the right ones. And the Canada kit is different than the US, but I think that we have mostly US people, so I'll just read the US one off. And then Canada, I'm going to post pictures of them in the comments. So a Coral All-Star bra, the Coral All-Star bra is my favorite swim top. Most of you know that Zyia bras can double as swim tops. So that's what I'm packing in my bag to Mexico. The Chill tank top, which is one of my favorites because it has ventilation holes all throughout it. It's a muscle tank. Of course, our staple black pocket light and tights. They suck it all in, hold it all together. Black joggers, which are a staple item. And a hat, which these are my favorite hats, you guys. I've never owned a hat that I've loved as much as Zyia hats. I've never actually been a hat person prior to Zyia hats, and Zyia made me a hat person. And I probably should have like put one on this hair that I did not do anything with today. So let's talk about when you join, you get those 5 staple pieces valued at usually about $250 value for those 5 pieces, or I should say $230 value. And then you get a $100 gift card that you can use on whatever you want, and you get $50 of business tools. So that's what you get when you join this company, and you only pay $295 for that. So you get way over $330 worth of Zyia just by joining as a rep. Then you get 25% off everything for life if you're a rep, right? How amazing is that? Or even better, I like to be my own host. So I host, when I set up my shopping link for my customers, I put a host in my back office that I'm the host, and then when people are like, hey, I need to shop your link, I'm like, here, shop this link, and I earn host rewards for myself, you guys. So I typically, as a Zyia rep, I only pay half off at the very most for most of my items. I shouldn't say all of them, because I have wanted something very, very badly and didn't have host rewards to cash out. So on occasion, I sometimes buy stuff, and what I actually do is, as a Zyia rep, when I sell over $1,000 in that month, I make a 28% commission, which is better than 25%. I purchase something at full price, you guys, and I get the host rewards for it later on, but I also get 28% and not 25%. So as a Zyia rep, you have a lot of cool things that you can do that you can't do as a customer. Now, if you're a loyal customer, it's possible that you've done parties and you've gotten your stuff for free and half off, and that's amazing. But you don't get that, for life to repeat again and again and again. Like your friends are going to keep coming back to you if they know you're a Zyia rep. If you host a party, you're just host it one time, and then, then it's your friend's turn, and then they get free and half off. So it's awesome because you can continuously keep on getting those host rewards for yourself. So let's talk about what's Zyia different than other direct sales company. Why would you want to align yourself with this company? And I think it has to do with our 4 pillars: uplift, activity, community, and light. And honestly, those 4 pillars, if you think of them, you think of Zyia. So we are so uplifting as far as the company itself. It embodies that, and it trickles down to the whole culture of the entire customer service team that they have at Zyia, but also all of the reps, and I feel the customers too. So everyone is so uplifting as far as always willing to help each other out, always trying to do good deeds. The company in September, you guys, if you join this month, you actually will help donate to a cause for Zyia. Every single week they're donating or if you close a party this week, they're donating to a different cause, to a different charity. And they've already donated, probably over $36,000 this month. So Uplift community, when you join Zyia, whether it's as a customer or a rep, you do instantly have like a community of supportive people. If you are in a VIP group, you probably see that. And then, you know, as far as us, like the representatives, we support each other. We are a team. We make friends. I am headed to Mexico, and I have one person on my team that's going to be there with me, and I've gone on trips with her before. But you guys, some of the other people, like a lot of the people on this trip, I only met at Zyia functions, and they're like some of my best friends because they're my sideline sisters. We all just get along. We all support each other. We're all so uplifting, and so that's the community aspect. Activity, I feel like that goes hand in hand with activewear. Like, even if you're not the most active person in the world, maybe you don't do CrossFit, you know, you just go for walks or whatever, you just chase your kids, but that's your activity. Like these clothes are great for your activity, right? Guys, I am not comfortable tonight. I'm like gonna reposition myself here. My right hip is giving me a lot of ache. I have 5 minutes left to talk, and I have so much I need to cover, but I could do it. I could talk really fast. So, uplift, activity, light, and being somebody's light, which I feel like kind of the other three pillars, especially uplift and community, go with that, but being somebody's light in the darkness. And so that's what makes Zyia stand out when it comes to like our culture. But let's talk about like the making money, the retention rate, like the minimum. So we actually have a 76% retention rate. You guys, other direct sales companies have an average retention rate of 55%, and that's the good companies, as far as like the ones with the better retention rates, I should say. So we have one of the highest retention. Well, what's that mean? That means if you join Zyia as a Zyia independent rep, that you love the company so much that you continue to be a rep year after year, month after month. You don't just purchase the kit and say, well, that was good, and then cancel it because you love it and you want to get your stuff on Wednesdays every single Wednesday, or your customers want stuff every single Wednesday, and so you're constantly selling it. So we have such a high retention rate. And the other cool thing about Zyia, what we stand out with other direct sales companies that I learned, is that Zyia reps make 3 to 4 times more commissions than their peers of other leading direct sales companies. So we are leading the industry, the direct sales industry, for the commissions checks that Zyia makes. So let's talk about how you get paid and like what you make for a Zyia rep. So if you were to join today and you were to sell over $200 in this month, there's 9 days left. You could easily sell that much, if not more. You'll get a commissions check. So you'll for sure get a commissions check, because $200 is the minimum to get a commissions check. You guys, you know how easy it is to sell $200? Just sell a couple outfits to your girlfriends, right? So you get a commissions check if you sell $200 in that month, and it's a 20% commission check to start off. But we just go up from there. If you sell 1,000 in that month, you make a 28% commission check. I already talked about this on how I buy stuff. If I end up buying something, I do buy it on retail, because I always make it a goal every single month. I make it a non-negotiable to myself that I am going to get that commission override, and I'm going to make 28% commissions. I'm going to get that bump up in my paycheck. And on top of that commission, so if you were to sell $1,000, that's where it bumps up. You get a 28% commissions check. So, for example, if you just hosted, if you just had a friend that hosted one party and their party got to $1,000, you earn a $280 commission check. What if you had 3 friends, they each had $1,000 party? Oh my gosh, I can't do that in my head. $800 commission check, maybe? Does that sound about right? In 1 month, if you had 3 friends host $1,000 for each party was $1,000. That's amazing. Now, I will say my average party is $600. So if you had 3 friends in 1 month have a $1,000 party, you have some pretty awesome friends. The law of averages, maybe one of those people would have a $200 party, whatever. It's still amazing, because even if the average was $600 and you had 3 parties, which is not very much in the scheme of things as far as how we work the business, you could easily do 3 parties in a month. Sell $1,800 if your average is $600. And what does that come down to for a commission check? I'm going to go over my time because I can't do math in my head. Sorry, guys. Okay, but I'll hurry. Here we go. So $1,800 commission. You would have a check of $500 that month if you convince 3 friends. And you guys, It's so easy to have your friends host parties because they want the host rewards. So you guys, have you ever hosted before? Put in the comments if you've hosted a party before. You end up getting a boatload of Zyia for free and half off. So much. You pay $140 and you end up getting like 7 items a lot of times. It's amazing. So that's how you earn money, and that's why we make 3 to 4 times more commissions than other companies. And then the other cool thing is we are going to Australia any day, and I said I would talk about that in a second. And so what's cool about Australia? Why is it awesome? Well, Australia is actually really friendly, and has a very positive light on the direct sales industry and people being entrepreneurs. And so it's a great country to go in for direct sales industry. They did a ton of research on it. They already speak English, and so that's mainly our customer base. We do have some French customers and French reps in Canada, but we already have that language barrier is not an issue. So when we hit Australia, it's like the company is gonna grow exponentially again in that area. And it doesn't matter if you're from the US. If you have somebody who you know in Australia, or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, you guys 6 degrees of separation, right? You know somebody in Australia, you just don't know it yet, right? Or you know somebody who knows somebody. If you have a team that starts in Australia and they start growing and growing, you have that chance of getting the commissions off of your team, earning that extra residual income on that team. So what's residual income? Like, how do you earn money off of your team? And do I have to? No. Okay, I gave you an example of sales. If you sell $1,800 in a month, just have, if you had 3 parties, each party hit $600, and you sold $1,800 in a month, your commissions check alone is $500. But let's just say you have people join your team and they're selling and they're hosting parties. You can earn commissions off of their sales too. And so it's awesome. It's not as much. You don't get, and there's a pay plan breakdown that I'll post tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow. And it breaks it down for you. But it is amazing because that's the power of residual income and people kind of working for you. So let's just say, you only have 10 hours a week to put into Zyia. And then you recruit on to people. You're like, come on, this is awesome. Come do this with me. And 4 more people. And they can only work 10 hours a week. But combined, that's 40 hours a week. So now you have 50 hours of Zyia work all on your team that you're getting paid out for. It's awesome, you guys. So, let's see. Did I cover everything I wanted to? So you don't have to build a team. It's not required, but I will tell you it's way more fun with people on your team because some of my best friends are the people that are on my team or sideline sisters that I have met through Zyia. I have so many friends that I see at these events, even the ones that are not paid for that we go to. We have an annual summit, so much fun. You don't need an inventory. That was the thing that convinced me. I did Mary Kay about 10 years ago, and I had to buy all this inventory, and then I would guess the wrong colors that people would want for makeup, the wrong foundation, and I just had all this inventory and nowhere to sell it, and it was that's how you sold it back then. Well, now you don't have to have an inventory. I don't know if you do for Mary Kay or not, but a lot of companies still, you need some inventory so you can sample products to people. Well, us, we're online clothing. Online clothes shopping, people do it all the time. You don't need an inventory. And if you do, I wouldn't suggest getting a ton of stuff and, do it slowly over time. If I were to sample stuff to people, you could just send them with your size and be like, it's maybe not your size, but you could see the quality. And I have help. So you guys, we have a group of reps. It's a Facebook group, and we all help each other with sizing. So you can get somebody in their perfect size with the help of other reps helping you. We have this community of women. We all help each other out. Okay, one more thing that I forgot to address, and then I think I'm done. People always ask, is there any minimums as far as average, like that you have to order every month, like minimum to stay active, that sort of thing. So I'm going to just go over your minimums. I already talked about a $200 minimum. That's just to earn a paycheck. Like if you're taking the month off and you know you're not going to get paid, that's fine. Then you don't have to sell anything that month. You won't make any money that month. If you absolutely want a paycheck every single month, $200, sell that. That's the minimum to get a paycheck. The next minimum, and these are all monthly so far, is if you wanted a free website. Now, Zyia provides you with a replicated website, so we don't have to ship our own stuff. We don't have to run our own website. You guys, I've looked into building an own website for myself, just like so I could, maybe have my team there instead of not having them on Facebook. It's just some research. And I found out that it's really expensive to host your own website. And then if you wanted to do sales on a website, like if you ever wanted to open up your own boutique, it's a lot of money a month. Ours is free if you sell over $600 that month, but it's also free your first 2 months. So you don't even have to worry about that expense when you join Zyia. But then after that, it could be $15 if you don't sell $600 that month. So that's one minimum. The next minimum is, let's just say you're like, you know what, Sarah, I liked we were talking about that commission override. I want to make the extra money. So that commission override to make extra money every month, it's $1,000. If you sell $1,000 in that month, you make 28% commission. As you rank advance, that number can actually go up to 33%. You would learn that in the company that would come down the line. So right away off the bat, if you sell 1,000, 28%. And so then the last one is, well, what about that like number to stay active, like to be an active rep? And so like if you were to take 6 months off and from selling, we just have a 6-month minimum. Oh my gosh, I'm going longer. It's 21 minutes. Sarah, wrap it up. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that our minimum to stay active is very, very, very low. That part is not monthly. It's actually in a 6-month time period to do the minimum. It's only $300, I think. Yeah, in a 6-month time period to stay active. That's it. And I will mention that the Canadian website is $19.50 a month if you don't hit your minimum of $600 in sales that month, and the US website is $15 a month if you don't hit the minimum. But if you just make that a non-negotiable, like if you're in this for selling, then I would just say for sure I'm getting a free website every month, or maybe for sure I'm going to get that commission override and make that 28%, and just do the things that your sponsor does. Now, as far as like, if I were to join, what kind of support do I get? How do I get started? Where do I go from there? So if you're watching this, somebody from my team invited you here, or I invited you here, and I have a Facebook group that's and I have some training materials, and the company has training materials, but it's just as simple as sharing it with your friends, and typically social selling on Facebook. I have a Facebook VIP group. Everyone buys stuff from there. I have lots of followers. I don't know if that's what you would call them, but they've purchased. I've met them through Facebook, through other people having parties, and now they're in my Facebook group, and then they buy on Wednesdays with new releases, on Mondays when there's amazing sales for Maker Monday, every other Monday. And so you sell social media, Instagram, if that's your jam, you can sell on Instagram, all sorts of different platforms that you can sell on. There's no like limits as far as that social platform. There's just little rules that are really easy, like you don't do flash sales on public social media, and you can't sell on like places like eBay or be an Amazon seller. But you can sell so many different places. If you have questions about, well, where can I sell? I want to do a vendor event. You can do those things. We have a lot of opportunity for you. So I think that's everything. No, I think I covered everything. Yeah, great. Any questions? I don't see any questions, so I said if you had any to ask them as I went along. I went 8 minutes over my 15, so 7 minutes better than my 30, and I sneezed right at the beginning and talked about that for a little bit. So, and I don't see any questions, so if you do have questions, just put them in the comments and I'll ask them later. Remember, whoever invited you here thinks you're awesome, thinks that you would make an amazing Zyia Rep, and they're the ones that you contact to join. If you're like, I am ready for this, let's go, this is awesome, because it is, especially with Australia right around the corner, jump in with this company, get that amazing starter kit with the coral, also I brought that color is so pretty, get that now before it changes again, and contact the representative that invited you here. That's who you would go with as far as they would get you started. But again, you would be on my team, so I would help you as well. So would that person who you joined with. We're such a community. You have so many resources. We want you to be successful. And then, if you're in it just for the discount, that's pretty straightforward too, and that's a great deal as well. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching.